Hi everyone, it's Erica back on the Altenew YouTube channel, and I am going to dive right in here. We are going to ink blend some backgrounds, and when I say some, I say quite a few, but I am going to just kind of show you a couple of ways of adding like color to a couple of backgrounds, and then we're going to go straight into adding some fantastic shimmer, texture, and just amazingness by adding some shimmer relief paste on top of one of these backgrounds. But this first one here, I'm going quite soft. So I am using the Whispering Woodlands greens. And for this one, I am only using the first color really. And then I'm going to put a new panel down, and now we're going to go in super, super heavy. So we're actually going to create a bit of an ombre. I know, the one trick pony's back. Nay. I'm gonna try to put her back into the stable, and we're gonna try to maybe do something else for the next video. But for now, we are going to stick with the ombre because it is a very, very solid favorite of mine. I love it because he just brings so much like depth to a project without anything else being added. Really, you just add more color. I just think it's fantastic. Okay, so anyway, so you can see here we are finished with our ombre background, and depending on whether you want a soft or a darker look, you just go with the flow and you do whatever suits your project. Now I have a little tip that I do when I ink blend. I have like a little tub of water, so we are gonna put a stencil in there because this is the one that we're actually going to be using with the shimmer relief paste. I did use a other project or this on another project, but we're not going to show that one today. Yeah. And then I use old kitchen towels instead of paper towels. I use kitchen towels because you just wash them when they are in need of it. I mean, this one looks very, very stained, and it's been through the wash many, many, many times. But a towel that you can just wash and reuse is another great way of just like keeping waste down. Now, while you have that water out, either take some clean or spritz a little bit from like a bottle or something, and then you just wipe off your grippy mat and dab up that water with the towel, and off you go. You're ready to use it again. You don't have to leave it to air dry or anything like that. So put your panel back down, and then we're going to take that clean and dry stencil. We're going to add that on top, and then we're going to do the little smushy thing so that it actually sticks to the grippy mat. And then we're going to take this gorgeous burnished platinum shimmer relief paste. So this was maybe the first time I used it, I think. So what I do, or what is a great thing to do, a great tip, is make sure that you mix it really, really well so that if there are any kind of like dry bits, or it shouldn't be dry bits right away when you're opening it, but sometimes things happen and you never know. It could be like a little blip or whatever. But if you have any air bubbles or anything like that, just smush it all together so that you have a nice smooth paste so that it goes on really, really fine and smooth, obviously, unless you want like a really textured finish. There is another video on the Altenew YouTube channel where I am putting these pastes through a test of sorts. So I am making backgrounds left, right, and center, just slapping some paste down, having a bit of fun. So if you are brand new to the shimmer relief paste, that I would recommend you go and watch that video. And not just because I made it, but because it's fun and there's lots and lots of funness in that. But so we are finished here, and you can see this was all done in real time. So it really, really takes very, very little time to put the paste down. The thing that takes the time is leaving it to dry. Yeah, so you definitely want to make sure that you make it, leave it to dry. Don't touch it, no matter how gorgeous it is and it's so tempting. Look at that. But just put it aside and leave it for a minimum of a couple of hours. So while that is drying, we are going to grab the absolutely gorgeous Garden Whispers Craft Your Life kit. So it comes with the stamp set. You got the coordinating die cuts, yay! You also have coordinating layering stencils. We will be using those today, and there is a gorgeous 3D embossing folder, but we are not going to be using that one today. We are, however, going to be using the complete Stampwheel 2.0 because I decided to go for big pieces of paper. Yes. So now I'm going to be stamping up the big floral image. For this card, we are just going to be using the one image actually. And instead of going for a solid black, which, sometimes that's nice, really nice actually. But for this one, I wanted a little bit of a softer color. So, and also because we got that burnished platinum on our background. So what we're going to do, we're going to go for one of the grays. This is Silver Shores, and it gives a really, really beautiful and soft look to your stamp. You can still see the outline, so you're not going to have any trouble lining up your layering stencils or anything else that you're, trying to do. So, but it will just kind of blend in a little bit with the colors once you have added those with your coordinating layer stencils. And I am really gravitating towards this more soft look for some reason, like currently. It's just one of those things where I'm like, well, this is really, really pretty. Now, I did try to squeeze in 2 images on this panel, but that did not work out. So we are going to cut our losses and we are going to take the whole thing out. I decided to actually take the grippy mat out of the Stampwheel 2.0, and then we're going to put that down onto our work mat. We're going to put our panel down, and then we're going to grab our gorgeous layering stencils. And now we're going to speed this up a little bit because we're not really for the ink blending part of this card making. And I do love ink blending, so if you want to see more ink blending videos, there are plenty in my playlist. So you can look for the tremendous textures with Erica, and there's so much ink blending because it's like I consider it my cardio. Okay, like don't judge me, but I do. So we are going to be using the gorgeous Bubblegum Dreams fresh dye ink bundle, and I you know what, I used to think that I had my favorite pinks like nailed down, and now these ones are like right up there with the Cherry Blossoms bundle. Oof, I don't know if I could pick my favorite out of those two. Not even with a hot glue gun to my head. Yeah, I know. Bonkers, isn't it? But they're just so gorgeous and pink, both of them. Which sounds stupid because they're pink, but you know what I mean. Like there's like different shades of each color that tend to kind of speak to your creativity and like make your mojo hum on like a whole different level when you're just like, oh, I don't even have to think about it. It's just coming so naturally. And that is what these two pinks are doing for me. And I must say, I used to also like always reach for the tropical forest greens, but these greens I think have taken the top spot. I know, like not just kind of like, oh, they're up there, kind of like, oh, we could be the favorite. No, no, they have gone and like blown the competition out of the water. These greens are now a absolute must-have in my like ink blending arsenal, especially for like foliage and all that sort of thing. It's just, and I'm not even that big of a fan of green. That's so funny, right? But yeah, anyway, I digress. So on the left there, you can see the panel that I ink blended using the foil leaf stencil before we did a little washy-washy thing. But I decided to, we had to, this was more for due diligence, because I kind of knew that I wanted to use the one with the shimmer relief paste because it's just so shimmery and gorgeous. I mean, it would be crazy not to. So here, this is the part that I usually like always recommend. Like just take your time, play around and just see what kind of like makes your heart happy and like your creative heart happy when it comes to puzzling your card together. But I must say that once I had the background and once I had the floral image cut out, there was very little thinking about it. Sometimes it just works out that way, and other times you sit in there, pulling teeth, and you're wondering why isn't this coming together? It should be so easy, but it's not. But I have used many of the different sizes and widths of the Instant Dimension foam tape, and I'm so glad that there are so many different like widths now, because I'm obsessed with Instant Dimension foam tape. I use it on almost every single card because I am not a one layer kind of card. kind of girl. No, 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 no. We want texture, we want dimension, we want all those gorgeous layers. And yes, absolutely. Let's add some more foam tape. So, what we're going to do now, we're going to peel off all of that backing tape, and then we are going to plonk this down on top of our gorgeous background. And then we're just going to snippily snip off the extra little pieces. And then it's time to think about a sentiment. Now, for some reason, I am like in a bit of an empowering, encouraging era at the moment. So I decided to go for the Be Strong word die. So I have cut the two pieces out of white because I thought it would kind of be like a nice contrast to like all of these pops of colors and shimmer on the card. But when I tried it here, it kind of disappeared a little bit. It wasn't working. So I grabbed my little grippy mat again, and I am using whatever is pink is left on this blending tool, and that is all I'm using. I'm not added any more color to that tool. And it was just a thing. It was just enough to kind of make that word die stand out and really sort of show what it was saying. So I think this one worked out pretty good. And then we just used a little bit of liquid glue to put these pieces together. And on the back of this, there will also be a little bit of foam tape, so that it's all like one layer. You could stop here, when like in terms of like embellishments and things like that, because it's pretty nice and shimmery on its own like this. But could I? Of course I couldn't. So I decided to use some of the last few of my gem sparkles in my all-time top favorite pack. This is the Smoky Quartz, and I know I keep going on and on and on about it, but when you just love something so much and it just works on so many different levels and so many different projects, like no matter what color the actual card is, there is a gem in that packet that will work with your project. I kid you not. I challenge you to show me that it doesn't work with every single card that you can possibly make. I mean, yeah, it just makes sense. So, but that is the card done. I really, really hope you have enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry about the lack of good photography, but I'm hoping that this video will make up for it, and I will see you very soon again. Bye for now.
Hey there, Lydia here. I really do hope that you've just enjoyed the video. If so, please subscribe to the Altenew YouTube channel. Also, turn on the notification bell so you can get your daily dose of crafty techniques and tutorials just like this. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.